Hello. I assume everyone is here to hear my opinion of this new game mode, so let's not waste time. Here it is. It's not flawless, but I really enjoy it. This is going to be a bit more of a yap video, so if you're not interested in that, I'm going to have timestamps just for the gameplay in the pinned comment. The actual timestamps will be for talking points. The reason this is a yap video is I can't actually clear the fearless difficulty, but I have a lot of footage of me trying, and I kind of just want to see what people want to see from this, because I'm going to play it, I'm going to hit record, I just want to know how to make it the most palatable for people who want to watch. So, I notice that the perception of this mode is relatively negative when I ask around, so I would also love your feedback on like what you think of this mode, what you want to see from videos of this mode. If you have any just general game questions, like this could just be a QA segment. I don't really know what to do with Stygian Onslaught footage moving forward, so any help's appreciated. So, moving on to what I like about the mode. I like the artifact farming. Like, it's just a nice change of scenery. It's actually much quicker for me. I know it's not for everybody, but I don't know why it's time limited. Why can I only farm artifacts for the first 10 days? That's kind of weird. Most of the complaints I see are about the difficulty of this mode, and I don't really think it's a symptom of this game mode. I think it's just a symptom of the awful Natlan boss design. I guess this is a great timestamp to start talking about it, but enemies like this lava worm and the overseer automaton, they really restrict what team options you can actually bring, and it kind of stinks. Like I'm very used to just a boss being weak to an element and it largely being optional rather than bring this element or you just outright lose. So I'm not really a fan of that, and the reason I waited until the day of the live stream to even record this is moving forward, we're getting a lot more of that. And FO was like given details in the live stream, and we're looking forward to an entire year of what is essentially Nilu characters, like reaction changers with very rigid teams. Can't say I'm too thrilled about that. I guess another opinion, I'm not really a big fan of Skirk either. Just, I don't know how they came out with Escoffier, and like, she likes having Hydro and Cryo, but she's fully functional outside of that, and then immediately afterwards they release Skirk, who just, if you don't check the boxes, she just doesn't work. It's kind of weird that, like, two adjacent characters like that can be so vastly different. So, moving forward, I can't clear the Fearless mode. I'm probably not going to clear the Fearless mode, because I'm not going to really chase, like, R1, C1 just for a 6-week patch cycle, just for the next one to hit, and then, like, those characters aren't good against the next bosses. So, I'm going to keep doing the same thing I do, which is essentially, if I see a mobility character, I pull for them. I just want to have fun in the video game. So, if you want to see my failed attempts, you just want to see the menacing difficulty that I do, you just want to see a farming rotation for the hard difficulty, like, I could do any of that, honestly. I just really don't know where to go with this footage moving forward. So, any feedback would honestly be lovely. I think I mentioned earlier, I considered this, like, I could just record everything and upload it. I'm cool with that. I could do just a state of the game yap, if that's what people want per patch. I can make this a question and answer segment if you have any questions. Honestly, if you have any questions, I'll just answer them in the comments. You don't have to wait until next month for any of that. So, some of the things I really like about this mode, it's content for whales, essentially. They've had nothing for 5 years. I kind of feel bad for them, like, you're spending hundreds of dollars on a character, and you're just doing what every other free-to-play player is doing. And the rewards, I get all the primos at the 3rd difficulty hard mode, so I really just don't care. If they get, like, their silly weapon skin or whatever. It's whatever. Let them enjoy it. Hey, jumping in and post again to fill up some dead air. Every year, I try to make a tier list for fresh accounts based off of all C0 characters. Normally it's just a community post, but if people would like to see a video, let me know, because I don't want to spend hours on something no one's going to watch and just skip to the end for the tier list. So, moving into the Fearless difficulty, I'll be talking a bit more about the actual strategy of this mode. So, the Tulpa is like the only boss that I feel actually changes in this mode. The other ones are just kind of numerically harder, but not really much goes into it. So the biggest change right here, Dendro does not delete the mini Tulpas, which is unfortunate for Dendro. Dendro's in a pretty terrible spot in the game at the moment, but it does elevate some weird niche picks, like Charlotte does very, very well in this mode. So the cooldown reset mechanic with his shield, that's going to happen in about 4 seconds, always happens at the minute 20 mark. So you'll see I'll actually set up with Xiangling so that I can get a second burst from her and Mavoika. And it's still just not enough for me to clear. I just don't have the investment required, which is fine. Honestly, I just really like having this big blue punching bag to mess around with. It's fun for me. Pretty much all of my testing would come to a complete halt if like some really annoying boss was on the first side of 12-1. Like Seahorse. So having 3 bosses to choose from to just goof around is pretty great for me, honestly. If you're looking to clear this, I'd say like the biggest character check for this is Mavoika or Arlecchino, as well as Citlali. Citlali is probably the most mobile cryo applier you could have for taking out these mini Tulpas. Nahida does work, but it does interrupt the rotation, so you really have to plan your Mavoika burst around it. Arlecchino doesn't run into this issue. She's actually very flexible in rotation. And you can see, like, I'm out of time and this guy's still got like 30% of his health left. I don't think improving my rotations is really going to do much about that. So, I do actually end up beating this guy on Fearless difficulty, this Lava Worm. I didn't include it right here. I just wanted to show that, like, while having to split up my teams, I can't clear this. Honestly, like, someone better than me probably could. I'm not saying, like, oh, Hoyo is specifically punishing me and it's too difficult. Like, it's totally a skill issue, I believe, on my end. But the zero energy is really annoying. I'm so used to starting every rotation just from 100% that it's gonna take some adjusting, honestly. Something very funny I find about the Natlan boss design is this Lava Worm is nearly as restrictive as the Overseer Automaton, but it's actually a fight, so I enjoy it. Like, the Overseer just, he sits there and just waits for you to, like, fill in the coloring book, essentially. It doesn't really feel expressive. It doesn't feel like I have any, like, skill input. The boss literally just sits there and does nothing. Or, I don't even know. I guess we'll see the timestamp together later on. But, so I can slide in some optimism. I'm actually pretty excited for Nod Krai. I think some people were really disappointed that we weren't going to Snezhnaya, but in my opinion, if you're just gonna give me stuff to explore with new characters and new stories, I'm totally fine with that. It really doesn't matter where we go. We generally don't know a thing about the regions before we go there anyway, so what's honestly the difference? So, yeah, this one's rough. It doesn't look like I could even clear, but I did include a clip of me goofing around, and I actually cleared quite a few times with Mavoika over Pyro main character. So this one, I think the biggest character limitation is actually Ayaka or Skirk. Escoffier just does not have the cryo application to, like, carry this fight. this is a throwaway run, but I bring triple cryo, and it's just not even close to enough to actually getting through this thing's resistances, which I think is insane. Niche All-Star once again. Charlotte does incredibly well in this fight. Her front-loaded cryo app is actually really good. I'd recommend her if you don't have those characters. So, just for the sake of completeness, I pretend like I'm thinking about it here, but it's really just a Nouvelette freeze team. Layla also does pretty well as supplementary off-field cryo here. Like, her and Escoffier are enough. Pretty lax energy requirements on her as well. Hey, this is me in post. I'm coming back in to fill in some dead air I noticed around this point. I didn't really talk about how I thought of Stygian Onslaught compared to other endgame modes. Abyss, I wish the only metric for success wasn't just a timer, but honestly, it's probably my favorite mode, just because it's not terribly demanding, it's pretty flexible, you can just goof off. But Theater, I can't stand it. Like, the random characters, I don't get to build my own teams, which I personally think is the best part of the game. It's rough. I really like Stygian much better than Theater. Once again, I'm just gonna remind everyone watching, I would love some feedback on not only this video, but like, what do you think of Genshin? Where do you think it's going? Are you satisfied with the game at the moment? Were you satisfied with Natlan? Like, whatever you want to talk about. I want to know the community's thoughts, because whenever you look on social media, it's just kind of a spiral of negativity, and it doesn't really give you a good perception on what people are thinking. I've asked a few people in-game what they think, and it's mixed. It's a lot of negativity. People are upset that they can't get all the rewards, but I'm pretty happy as long as I can get the Primo Gems. The Tierlist difficulty's like 100k more, 5 purple XP books, and like the artifact reroll flower, but like I'm not really hyped for those. Artifacts are a disappointment every time you level them up. Like, I don't really want to do it more. So yeah, whatever your thoughts are, whatever your questions are, let me know. Like, this isn't even close if you don't have a good cryo applier on field. So right here, I'm going to demonstrate one of my artifact farming runs. It takes about 13 seconds. You may be wondering why it's a row run instead of Yansan, and when you're operating in time frames of like 13 seconds, every single burst is such a massive time loss that it's just not worth it. Look how quick that was. Like, why can't I do this the entire patch? Why is it only the first 10 days? So here's my successful run of the lava worm. Unfortunately, I need Mavoika to do it, and it kind of leaves me high and dry for the Tulpa. I don't have Arlecchino. Like, the only other pyro carry I really have is Gameng, and I don't think he's gonna cut it with the 0 energy start. It's just too rough. So what I found for this guy, once again talking to strategy, is either you want to apply a ton of pyro so that you can get the fearless difficulty pure damage nukes on him, or you kind of just want to linger in phase 2, because his resistances to electro actually get pretty low in this state. You don't have to make him collapse to really get some good damage in. Like, Kanich does pretty well in this phase as well. It's just his pyro resistance is the only thing that remains in this phase, and off the top of my head, I believe it's 70% for all resistances in his turtle form, and then this second form gets significantly lower for everything but pyro, and then this last form, I don't recall if it's negative or 0%, but you really just want to unload on him. So, I guess that's all the yap I really got in me for this video. I was a little worried going in that I wasn't going to have enough footage for how much I was going to talk, and then kind of got nervous and just kind of froze up and didn't talk for a little bit, so that's pretty funny. Well, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you didn't, please do let me know. Like, criticism welcome, compliments welcome. Like, I don't care. I'm doing this for fun. I'm enjoying making these videos. I just hope that other people can enjoy them too. So if I can change anything to help people enjoy them, I'm happy to do that. It's no issue at all. So, until next time, take care.